Electricity is really just organized lightning. George Carlin.
Good morning, viewers. We recently purchased a WEN 2000W inverter generator for our 2200 326 sailboat. Today's project entails us disassembling that and getting it set up for the marine environment. Most of the time these are built just for your household chores or the construction site, and they're not really set up to be taken on a sailboat. So today we're going to go through the disassembly, and we're going to use Bow Shield T9 to cover the electrical parts and the parts that cannot be painted. We also have a basic Rust-Oleum spray paint for all the screws and the hardware. And then we also have the high heat paint for the muffler. Today's project just only requires 3 tools, so you got a 10mm wrench, 8mm, and a Phillips head screwdriver. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is underneath the rubber gasket on this generator we have one Phillips head screw, so we'll go ahead and remove that. And that's going to be the only one that's kind of hidden. The rest of them, as you can see on the face, are easily seen and easily removed. There are 2 screws hidden behind here for the pull start. We have one 10mm bolt on the cover. Once that's removed, you can pop it out. Now here where this comes out, the base for this just is removed, slides back in along with the pull handle. That way you can remove the cover completely. And that cover's removed. There are a couple more bolts that we'll go ahead and remove on this side. Flip it around. A couple screws on this side as well. Cover comes off on that side. While I do have this open, you can see here is the oil filler port for this. You have your air filter here. The throttle control is up on this side. Go ahead and spin it to the rear. The muffler is here, and that's one of the main parts on this that it becomes rusted. As you see, that comes off, and it's got basically just sound deadening foam on the back there. And on the control panel here, we have several more screws, and then this will open up access to the actual circuit boards behind it. Alright, so now once we got the screws out, you can see how these sides will just kind of come off. entire generator. So the fuel tank's up on top. We have the muffler right here. We'll go ahead and remove these other screws and then we can take that plate off. Alright, now that we have access to the muffler, you can see where it exits the engine right here. It goes up into the muffler, then the exhaust port is there. So we'll go ahead and pull these bolts off as well. And then there's your muffler. There's a small gasket on there, so just make sure that that's not damaged or lost during the process. We have the muffler removed. We're going to go ahead and use the high temperature paint that's supposed to resist heat up to 1200 degrees. Hopefully our boat will never get that hot. If it does, I'm sure we'll have other issues in our generator. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to spray paint all the hardware as well. That way none of these screws or bolts go into red rust. We're just using basic Rust-Oleum spray paint here, as there's no need to worry about the high heat anywhere except for the muffler. Okay, so we went ahead and removed the screws for the face plate. We're going to go ahead and pull that down. And you can kind of see some of the electrical connectors are set up and sealed pretty well. But we're going to go ahead and spray everything else. That way, hopefully, the rest of the pieces here do not rust with the metal. And again, we're using a Bow Shield product. There are similar products that provide waterproof and lubrication you can choose from. Alright. I had painted all the parts and pieces on the inside, and now the generator is reassembled. So we're going to go ahead and get it running and then try to power our sander that we bought. shut the generator off. You can kind of hear how loud it is. And that's all it is to it. Now our generator is ready to take on our sailboat. We hope you enjoyed this week's project. Next time we'll tackle replacing the main halyard, the jib halyard, and then reinstalling the sails on our boat. We look forward to seeing you then.
I'm ready to see, I'm ready to